Week one of the NFL season is finally here, and with that brings Thursday night football. First game of the year is going to be the defending Super Bowl champs, the LA Rams, going up against the Buffalo Bills. Just going to kind of break down the game, give my thoughts on it. First, we're going to take a look at the Rams. They had some key departures from last year's team in OBJ, Andrew Whitworth offensively. Luckily, they were able to fill OBJ's absence with Allen Robinson, which, in my opinion, I think is a bit of an upgrade. Allen Robinson hasn't had much of a quarterback in Chicago the last year or two, but now he's got Matt Stafford as his quarterback, and he's got a surrounding cast that'll kind of take a lot of the pressure off him. In Chicago, he was a wide receiver at one, and now in LA, he's going to be behind Cooper Kupp, so he might have some opportunities, maybe some mismatch potential going forward this season. Defensively, for the most part, there weren't really any big departures. I mean, they still have Aaron Donald, still have Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd's there. They upgraded their defense by far with Bobby Wagner. Really replace anyone. No one of significance left, but Bobby Wagner's a huge upgrade up the middle. So it should help them when it comes to the run game and just their overall defensive unit. He'll be a great anchor in the middle and a great leader for their defense. Taking a look at where I think the Rams have an advantage in this game, I'd say their running backs are better than Buffalo's and Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson. Their wide receiving core, Buffalo's got a good wide receiver core as well, but I think Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, and having Van Jefferson as your third, he is questionable for the game, but I think he's going to end up playing. But those three guys as your wide receiving core, it's going to be hard to top. And then their front seven. I mean, you have Aaron Donald and Bobby Wagner in your front seven, in addition to Leonard Floyd off the edge. It's going to be hard for anyone to have a better front seven defensively than those guys. But taking a look at the Bills, again, there weren't a ton of gaps or holes in their offense from last year, and there wasn't really anyone that left. Their offensive line is going to be a bit of a question mark. Similar to the Rams with losing Whitworth. They didn't lose anyone, but last year they weren't great. They added Roger Saffold from the Titans, so that's an upgrade for them at left guard. But, I mean, Josh Allen at quarterback, wide receiving core, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and Isaiah McKenzie. Good wide receiving core. Dawson Knox, a solid tight end. Like I said, the big question mark for these guys is going to be the offensive line, so we'll see if they can figure things out early on in the season. And then defensively, again, they had the best defense last year overall with Ed Oliver up the middle. They added Von Miller. They've got Milano and Tremaine Edmonds still at their linebacking core. Their cornerbacks are looking like Kyer Elam, Taron Jackson, Dane Jackson. And then their safeties, they got probably the best safety group in the league in Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. So taking a look at where the Bills have the advantage, I think there's a slight advantage at quarterback with Josh Allen over Matt Stafford. Don't get me wrong, Matt Stafford's a phenomenal quarterback, but I think Josh Allen's a little versatile, can run a little bit better than Stafford. I think overall he's just a little bit more dynamic of a player. Their O line, like I said, it's pretty similar to LA. Their wide receiving core is a bit, in my opinion, slightly under the Rams wide receiving core. But then their secondary is significantly better than the Rams. The Rams do have Jalen Ramsey, but other than that, there aren't any phenomenal playmakers in the Rams secondary. But the Buffalo secondary is absolutely loaded. Anywhere you go, you got a guy that is a playmaker. So for my pick for this game, the current spread set at 2.5 for Buffalo. I think I'm gonna take the Rams plus 2.5. Like I said, Buffalo's O line is very questionable, going up against the front seven of LA with their new bolstered front seven with Bobby Wagner, and then I think with with Cam Akers healthy and Darrell Henderson, two dynamic backs, hell of a wide receiving core, and yes, the Rams are going to have to replace Andrew Whitworth, but I think they'll be able to get it done, and I think they continue the momentum off their Super Bowl last year at home. So my pick for the game is going to be the Rams plus 2.5.